The American embassy was in mourning, as were millions throughout the free world. From his service to mankind, Adlai Stevenson was snatched by that sudden death, which even now seems impossible to believe. Privileged indeed were those who went that day and signed the visitor's book. They signed too for the millions in Britain who would have gone there if they could. The U.S. ambassador escorted Sir Alec Douglas-Home, who, like the Prime Minister and other members of the government, knew Adlai Stevenson well. On guard stood 2 American and 2 British men of the services. Vice-President Hubert Humphrey had flown from Washington to lead America's tribute. The man who lay dead was mourned on both sides of the Atlantic. Twice the Democratic Party nominated him as presidential candidate, and those who said he lacked popular appeal were certainly proved wrong in the state of Illinois. Twice nominated, twice defeated. Though millions voted for Stevenson, many more millions liked Ike. When the Democrats did win, the man at the White House was John F. Kennedy. Stevenson was not Foreign Secretary, but Ambassador to the United Nations. The presidency had eluded him, but Dean Rusk, the President, and Adlai's British friends knew that at the UN, he would unswervingly follow the path of freedom. He was there when the Russians withdrew their rockets from Cuba. How characteristic of Adlai Stevenson to see that solution not as a humiliation for the Kremlin, but as a new start for mankind.
This is a solemn, I believe, and significant day for the life of the United Nations and the hope of the world community. Let it be remembered not as the day when the world came to the edge of nuclear war, but as the day when men resolved to let nothing thereafter stop them in their quest for peace. Thank you, sir.
That thought was in many minds as the cortege from the embassy reached London Airport. The presidential aircraft, which only a few hours before had brought Vice-President Humphrey and members of Adlai Stevenson's family to London, stood ready for the sad return. Members of the family included his 3 sons and daughters-in-law. From Northern Ireland 217 years ago, a family of Stevensons emigrated to the New World. Perhaps that is why Adlai Stevenson never lost touch with Britain. He was a frequent visitor. So far from being aloof, as his opponents often said, he was a man of warm heart. To millions, it is as if a friend had died. We felt bereaved as, from the grayness of a sad nation, the jet climbed into the unimpeded sunlight of the high route home.